Hi, my friends. I am so excited for today's lesson. Today's lesson is for Monday, April 27th. And what we're going to do today, excuse me, what we're going to do today is we are going to tell time. And what we're really going to do today, since it's the first day, I just really want you guys to get familiar with a clock. And I brought mine from school, which I hope you remember. And we're just going to go over what do the numbers mean, what do the hands mean, not these hands, different kind of hands, and see what you remember. Okay? So, does everyone remember this? Great. So, when you look at a clock, you see this? When you look at a clock, this one is nicely labeled because it is for, of course, my second graders, and it's to help them learn. This one is labeled with colors, and it is labeled with blue, red, and yellow coloring. And the colors mean something different, and we're going to get to that in a minute. So we know that this is called a clock, but more specifically, the difference between this clock and the clock that we have on our phones, this is called an analog clock. Can you say analog clock? Good. This is an analog clock, and this one is a digital clock. Digital means that, it uses some sort of technology. It could be like an iPhone and a iWatch, the Apple Watch. It could be the digital watch that's on your, the digital clock that's on your computer. Anything that doesn't look like this, that just has really the numbers with the colon in between, is a digital clock. But we're gonna focus on an analog clock, okay? Now, it's going to look really tricky, but I need you to just stick with me. We're gonna do it. We're gonna be okay, and we're gonna go step by step. Okay, so when I look at this clock, I know that there are these two moving things, and they can move. You see how they're moving? Well, this clock is kind of noisy. So, these are called hands, just like our hands. Can you say hands? Good. Now, if you put them next to each other, you probably notice something about the hands. There is a blue hand, there is a red hand, and one is longer than the other. I want to ask you, which one is longer, the red one or the blue one? Good, the blue. So that means that the red one is shorter. We're going to start with the red hand. I want everyone to just look at the red hand and ignore the blue hand. Look at this red hand. The hand that is shorter is called the hour hand. Can you say hour? Good, the hour hand. So, since this is the red hand, the red hour hand is pointing towards the 12. That would mean that it is 12 o'clock. Okay? Let's go to this one. We're not going to look at the minute hand yet, just the hour hand. This hour hand, this short red hour hand, is now pointing at the big red 2. Do you see that? Good. That means that it is now 2 o'clock. What if it was pointing to here? Good. This is pointing towards the 5, so that means that it is 5 o'clock, right? Amazing. Now, I want to introduce you to our blue hand. Can you see this? Our blue hand is longer, but this is our minute hand. So the minute hand is a little confusing, but we're going to work through it. So Do you see these numbers? Not the big red ones. These blue numbers right along here. Those are the numbers for the minutes. Now, when you write the time or when you say the time, you say the hour first and then you say the minutes. So if it is 5:30, that means it's the 5 o'clock. It's in the 5th hour or the 5 o'clock hour, and 30 minutes have gone by within that hour, right? So hour first, minute second. That's how we speak and that's how we write. So this is always the starting point, the 12. Okay, if you see the 12, after the 12, the way the clocks move is this way. Starts at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's focusing on the hours. Now the minute hand goes the same way. So they go the same way, just like this. But, oh, did I do that right way? Yeah. Goes the same way. That's called clockwise. Because that means the clock goes that way, right? So if we were focusing on minutes, we're going to get rid of our hour hand. I can't obviously take it off. You can't get rid of the red one. But we're going to focus on the minute hand. Now, when you are focusing on the minutes, there are two things that I need to tell you, or two ways you could talk about the starting point or the ending point. A clock keeps going, right? It keeps on going, and time never stops. It's like a cycle, never ever stops. With that being said, the starting point and the ending point is when the minute hand is facing all the way up, facing towards the 12. Now, excuse me, it is also facing towards, it should be the 0, but in this clock, it labeled it as a 60. Does anyone know why it's pointing towards the 60? Well, because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Let's say that again. 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay, so it takes 60 minutes to go all around the clock until it goes to the next hour. So this minute hand needs to go all the way around before the red one can move. So if it was on the 7, and the minute hand went all the way around, it will now go to the 8 because it went all the way around one time. Okay? So, back to our starting point, our minute hand. We're not looking at the hour hand. It could be labeled as 60 or it could be labeled as 0. It is the starting and the ending point. Okay? Now, what happens is, if you look at our starting and ending point, we count minutes by 5s. They do go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is what these lines are for. But I'm going to show you how we count by 5s, and then we will read the numbers in between, okay? Only focus on the blue minute hand. Okay? So, this would be 5 minutes have gone by. Do you see the 5? Good. What's after 5? 10 minutes have gone by. Good. 15 minutes have gone by. Good. 20 minutes have gone by. Good. 25 minutes have gone by. Good. 30 minutes have gone by. Good. 35 minutes have gone by. 40 minutes have gone by. 45 minutes have gone by. 50 minutes have gone by. 55 minutes have gone by. And 60 minutes or 1 hour has gone by. Now, I'm going to count by 5s a little bit quicker so you can remind yourself how to count by 5s. Are you ready? Let's get this hour hand out of the way. Sorry, friends. Are you ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Now, of course, Miss Palmer already knows how to tell time and count by fives, but if you were noticing, the numbers are labeled here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, or 1 hour, right? Because we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Hold on one second. So, with that being said, usually clocks are only labeled with the hour and not the minutes, but this is a clock specialized for my second graders so that we can learn how to tell time. Now, I want to focus your attention on the lines in between the when we counted by fives. Ready? So remember, our blue arrow is where we start, or when it starts exactly on the hour, and it would be like 1 hour, and you don't say 0 minutes, but it would be 0 minutes. And what would come after that? If 1 minute had gone by, it would, did you hear that click? Let me try again. Let's start over. Hold on. Listen to this. Oh, I went too much. Let me try one more time. This right here, this line, this is where we started at the 0 point. This line is 1 minute. Can you say 1 minute? Good. Because if it makes sense, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Look at 5 and look at 10. You have all of these lines in between. Let's count. This would be, if we were at 5, what's the line after 5? 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Let's go all around. 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 14, 15 minutes, 16 minutes, 17 minutes, 18 minutes, 19 minutes, 20 minutes, 21 minutes, 22 minutes, 23, 24, 25 minutes. Let's keep going. 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 minutes. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 minutes. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 minutes. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 minutes. 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55 minutes. Now we're getting close to the end. 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. Now, when we write the time, we do not write, when it starts all over, we don't write 12:60. We would write 12 o'clock. And the way we would write 12 o'clock would be like this. Hold on one second. I'm just trying to find something on my phone where I could show you. Hold on. I'm sorry, friends. So here's what would 12 o'clock would look like on a digital. You see that? It says 1, 2 for 12. It has this colon and it has 0, 0. 0 means 0 minutes, or it's kind of gone all the way around to 60, but you don't do 60 minutes. You start over at 0. So after the number 59, this would be 11:59. It would only go to 12 o'clock after it hits the 60 or the 0 mark. Okay? So let's go over a couple things that we've learned about time. Which hand is the longer hand? The minute hand. Can everyone say minute? Good. The minute hand is the longer hand. Which one is the shorter hand? The hour hand. Can you say hour hand? Good. What do we say first when we talk about time? Do we say hour then minute or minute then hour? We always say hour then minute. Good job. Look at the numbers on our clock. What numbers are on the outside? The big red numbers, starting with 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and it goes again. Are those the hour numbers or the minute numbers? Good, those are the hour numbers. So if it's facing here, it's looking or facing at the 7 o'clock because it's the hour hand, and we're going to focus on this number. If we were focusing on the minute hand, we would say that this would be 7. Well, this would be 7 because it's looking at the 7, 7, 10. The numbers on the inside are focusing on the minutes. Good. Friends, remember, if you're getting a little confused, don't be frustrated. It's going to be okay. We're going to be flexible. And we're going to start easy and basic. We just want you to get familiar using our clock and telling time on our analog clock with our hour and minute hand. And we'll get started. You guys are going to be professionals by the time it's done. All right, go over to Seesaw and complete your activity. Good luck.